Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Money Night Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You can call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
And we are live here on this Sunday morning. Y'all see her, look at her, admire her. Look at her six-pack. You'll never have one like her. It's the Jade Cargill show today. No, I'm just joking, y'all. It's the Mike Knoxxx show here on Unpop Review Entertainment Wrestling, and I am one of your hosts this morning, Mike Knoxxx. You already know what it is. Spelled with 3 X's. I'm hardcore. You don't believe me? Just ask that whore that you dated. And also joined by the great Grand Poobah himself, the bad guy, the Jack Packer Nation leader of the society, looking like Booker T. Whoop that trick. Yeah. What's going on, Grandpa?
Grandpa, oh my God.
How you doing this morning? You muted yourself. You did yourself. There you go.
Can I be heard? I can be heard?
I can hear you.
Okay, I just want to be sure because my computer's so slow. It just looked like it still said my mic was cut. I'm doing well. I had some French toast sticks with some egg whites, so I'm ready to do the show. I'm a little disappointed because last week, there was 2 pay-per-views, and what was it? Wrestle Dream. I was your reigning, defending UPR World Heavyweight Champion of the Galaxy, but not no more.
We count those?
Well, I do. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself. That's why I have a mouth. And yeah, I'm really upset that I lost, but it was a fun pay-per-view, and I can't wait to talk about it with you.
Well, let's get into this pay-per-view called Fastlane. It took place last night, and we're going to talk about it right here now. Shout out to the Z is Silent for this picture he put together for me on short notice. I appreciate it. But listen, Fastlane took place last night, and the main event, as it should be, right? It should be for the title. And here we are. Triple H's booking continues to get better, in my opinion. And we get starting off with last night. Or ending last night in this main event of Fastlane, Shinsuke Nakamura taking on in a last man standing match, Seth Freakin Rollins. I thought, honestly, for a last man standing match, this match was pretty goddamn good to me. I can say that I'm not the biggest fan of these two as they've been battling, but I gotta say, I just thought the storyline sometimes falls flat. I did not think it has fallen flat in this storyline, right? And where they're going. Of course, the little disappointment in the back. You're back. I know a secret. We all wanted more from that. At least I wanted more from that. But overall, Jack, I thought this was a good match. Winner and still your World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, I thought this match was Seth had to win. I just think Seth was the right choice for the get the win. But I thought this match was pretty solid. I did a review last night after the show, and one of the things that I did like about this match was it just wasn't in the ring. They went all out. They went in the crowd. I would have kind of loved if they did something where they fought backstage, like how they used to do back in the day. But I enjoyed this match. I thought it was a decent match. It was the better of the two, and there was some really cool spots, like Nakamura hitting the Kinshasa to Seth through the table. Remind me something out of 2K.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that match. Overall, it's something you said about these two. Like, I actually think that it has gotten better between the two. I didn't like it at first, and I'm not necessarily sure the right guy won, right? So I know we're in the era of WWE now where the longer title reigns is starting to be what they're leaning towards, and breaking records and setting records. But it's kind of hard to set a record that's your record anyway, right? You can do what you want when you want to do. If you want Undertaker's streak to be beaten, which it should never be, which should have never ended, you can do that if you have someone who has that longevity that decides to stay around and can be around that long. But I think for Seth and his rivalry to increase, I like Seth as a chaser of a title more than the title holder sometime. And I think personally, his title reign is kind of stale to me, and they can lose it. And not that it's stale, it's just that the booking around it is kind of stale in a sense. Seth is Seth, you know what I mean? He, I think someone said this last night, and I'm going to echo their sentiments about this. Remember where Shawn Michaels was in the New Generation as the champion, and how it's talked about as being the worst of the of the champions of that time. I think that's where Seth is at. He's the best guy. He's the best athlete. He's a great champion. He's doing phenomenal matches, having okay promos. Again, it's kind of past. It's kind of getting old with the crowd to me, but he's still Seth freaking Rollins, right? But yet it's not elevating the roster, in my opinion. What do you think about that Shawn Michaels kind of relationship to a title reign right now?
It sounds so fitting when you say that. It fits like a glove when you say all that. I think with Seth Rollins right now, they're just keeping him as champ for the time being until they're prepping. I feel like they're keeping him as champion just until they get to Gunther and whatnot. Because I think that's going to be the next person to take the title off him. His run.
Okay, Gunther.
His run as champion. It hasn't been lighting the world on fire. It hasn't. I just think that he's just the perfect guy to be the champion right now until we get to the next guy. Because other than that, I was sitting there saying, who else do you have?
That's the problem, and I think that's where we're going to still see it. You know what I mean? Like the buy that has been made, the transformation of power, if you will, so to speak. It's Triple H going to stay in power. We don't really know with what we hear backstage and rumors and hashtag depth to dirt sheets. As my man Michael, first and foremost, will always point out hashtag depth to dirt sheets, hashtag wrestling is storyline. What happens here? I just want to see more from them. Charmaine, good morning, Charmaine. Do you think Damian Priest should cash it in on Seth? I'll let you answer that one, Jack Pack.
He can cash in, but I don't see him being a successful cashman at all. He can do that, but I don't see him being the one to take the title off Seth freaking Rollins.
Well, you know what? Moving on from that, we were tribute to this match, if you will, with everybody's favorite guy, Mr. L.A. Knight. I say no. Everybody says. I say no. I don't think he's a megastar. I don't think he's going to last the test of time. I hope that I'm wrong. Right? I say that, right? It's the same way I felt about Edge, and we'll mention that in a second, going over to AEW at first as a WWE supporter more than other federations, still loving pro wrestling. I didn't like the move. I read his comment on Instagram, his Instagram post, changed my whole scenario about what I think about him. You're right. It's wrestling. You have the right to do whatever you want to do in wrestling. But in this case, the megastar doesn't have that right to do whatever he wants to do in professional wrestling. And when I watch the megastar, when I see him repeatedly doing the things that he does, and I know, and I'm the true believer in copy and paste his wrestling. It always has been, always will be. Somebody else's gimmick is replaced by someone's gimmick. They're compared to this person, to that person. It goes down in history. I just compared Seth Rollins to HBK's title run, right? People compared Dolph Ziggler to Mr. Perfect early on. Things like that can happen. No, I don't think this guy with the copy-paste Rock / Austin thing that he's doing isn't working for me. I don't think he's that level of a guy yet. I think the push is too fast from the fan base. I think the push is too fast from the company doing it based off the fan base. But this match was just okay, and we knew who was going to win this match when he signed the contract. And Jonathan Horatio Tom Brady Cena is in this match. So the winner of this match, everybody's favorite guy, but he does have a dope t-shirt that I will probably purchase. I will say that much. Jack, your takes on that match.
I'm sorry, what is John Cena's new?
Did my mic go out? Your mic went out?
What did you name? I'm sorry, because my computer's so slow. So I guess when the video was going on, I'm just like, wait, what's happening? What did you name John Cena? What is John Cena's
Jonathan Horatio Rodriguez, Tom Brady Cena.
That dude sounds like someone who should be fighting Goku. I mean, that is a hell of a name there, my friend. The match was really just the vehicle was for LA Knight. LA Knight pinning Jimmy. Looked like he's gonna be feuding with the Bloodline. That's cool. That's cool, but he's not the guy to take the title off Roman. He's not. I think a lot of people are saying that, and it's adorable. But no, it is no, because people, and I'm all for everyone's in their opinion, but like LA Knight should be the one to take it off Roman. I'm like, no, he's not. No. But they went out.
Tell him no again. I don't think they hurt you.
Oh no. No. Matter of fact, no. Oh, we could do this all day, but we won't do that. But all day. But this match would have had to do.
It did what it had to do when we move on. Jonathan Horatio, Tom Brady, Rodriguez, Cena does his thing. But then we got the lady that, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this to other ladies out there in the wrestling world. Okay? I will stand on what I've always stand on when it came to Brock Lesnar, when it came to Bret Hart. Okay?
I like Bret.
When I love Bret. Okay.
Well, I love him more.
When it came to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, but I'm gonna say something you guys
insights to do it.
She's a superstar in all the looks that matter, but can she improve what we all know she had problems at improving? I think she can, because I've said from the beginning, you get a talent like that, which they let out the door the first time. She goes out there like an independent rap artist, makes a name for herself. Now the big labels come calling back, and they did that. Okay. Bringing her back bringing her in the fold is the best thing. But I have to say this about the whole situation. When I look at her and I see what they're doing with her, but I've never seen them do it with other wrestlers, Jack. I just haven't seen what they're doing with her do. And that's someone from another federation that's not that popular for what it's worth. Okay. Mm-hmm. But she's a female in wrestling that has a buzz. They advertise her on ESPN, the 4-letter, bring her in with a real name, have her walking out of a limo on a random pay-per-view just so y'all can see her face. I can't help but think that Sasha Banks, Monet, overplayed her hand. Okay. And I know that Sasha Banks is one of the top 5 women that ever do it in this wrestling business. I will never take that from her. But I always tell people the grass is not always green on the other side. And I get you have a right to do what you want to do, like Edge going to AEW, like CM Punk, like they all do. You earn the right to do what you want to do. So let that be my walking contradiction. But when I see this phenomenal star, when I look at this woman right here called Jade Cargill, who just signed with the WWE, I think, man, Sasha Banks and the rest of them girls overplayed their hands. Your thoughts on this woman that my wife is even talking about, Jade Cargill? It's in all the moms groups. Okay.
It's on the mom's group. Real quick, because once again, my computer's slow. Did you play the clip of Shawn Michaels super kicking Bret Hart?
I had to. You're on the program. I know you can't stand it.
Wow.
Look, Charmaine says, yeah, Ellen Knight should beat Roman.
All right. Hold on. Give me a minute. Keep talking, Mike. Give me a minute.
Okay. I think John Cena still has the loudest spot caller crown. I'm ready. Debate that at all.
All right, I'm ready. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm ready. You know what happens when people irritate the great Grand Poobah?
You walk off.
Do you see this? It's the list of Jack. Okay. Sorry, Michael.
I just made the list.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give me a minute. But to answer your question, there we go. Justice. It's crazy on how they're really making a big deal. And you said something that was that I felt like I was saying in my head, but I couldn't put it in words. But like how you mentioned, she's not like a really, really big name, right? She's not a big name. She was in AEW, but she's not like one of those indie wrestlers where, she got like this big name. But the way that they have thrown the red carpet out for people who don't know who she is, they're probably sitting there saying, she's a big deal. Like, who is this girl? And when we're going to, and I I thought that we would see her. I kind of thought we would see her out there for the match that we're gonna talk about, the triple threat. I honestly thought, because I said, well, why would they do it? But it was, I think at the same time, it was smart to have her face out there. And for me, when I saw it, I said, oh, then this means that she's definitely going to be on the because I kept saying, I just think she should be on NXT. I think she could have a small run.
I don't think she would ever go to NXT. She's too big for NXT. No offense.
And in the sense it just says,
they don't go on the carpet like this for an NXT person. That's what I'm saying.
And that's fine. I mean, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I just hope that they treat her very well on the main roster and take their time with her. But yeah, it was cool to see her out there.
Well, she came out there looking like $1 million. Let's just hope that she can translate into the wrestling ring. Okay. And we talked about a little bit on the Mike Knoxxx show this past Monday. I'll say it again here. Everybody wants to turn Bianca Belair heel. There's no reason to. You got her right here. And what Bobby Lashley was proposing, allegedly, of her coming in with them, I read that somewhere when the Profits and them came to say, I thought this was perfect for her to come out there with the Street Profits, just like Rhea Thickley is with the Judgment Day. You put her with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, and you got nothing but money written all over, at least in my opinion. But moving on from this fast lane, just look at her. She's $1 million. Like you ready to throw money right now? She had to go for me. I know Jack would do it. But we're gonna go to that match.
If I had money, I'm pretty poor.
Me too. I'm poorly rich in love.
Mike, you have 6 title belts behind you. I believe you have a moat.
Shh. Don't tell everybody that now. But here on Fast Lanes, we did get because my microphone is on the way. And when I yell in the microphone, it doesn't come up too good. So I always prepared myself to let y'all know how I feel about Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair!
Here we go.
It's the greatest women's wrestler of all time!
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
In the ring with Asuka and Io Sky. And the winner of a really dope match, which I was shocked, and took the pin in the loss with Charlotte Flair, was Io Sky. I like this matchup. I was shocked by how good this matchup was. And dare we say, we're leading towards Bayley versus Charlotte again, it looks like. Your takes on this match, Grand Poobah?
I'm laughing at Michael Smith in the chat. He says, yawn on Charlotte, yawn. I'm happy. Excuse me. I'm happy that Io retained, and I'm glad that Charlotte took the pin. And not because I have something against Charlotte. I just felt like with the triple threat, I said, okay, who is Asuka going to be getting pinned by? That's why I looked at by Asuka. But I'm glad that she didn't, because she has a match on Tuesday, and I think you should keep her strong. Charlotte, she could afford to take a pin. The one thing I did not like, and this is just a nitpick of mine, is I didn't like that Charlotte had the visual tap out on Asuka, because that's what they were talking about. I felt like they didn't take away from Io's win, but I just didn't like how they was like, oh, Charlotte had the visual tap. She should be our world champion. And, I know they want to get to 15, 16. They want her to have all like 17-time title reign with Thanos gauntlet. I know that's what they're trying to get. But I'm glad that she took the pin. And I'm glad also, too, and one of the beauties about these cards being booked so small, take notes, Tony Khan, is that you can give these people time. And these women had time, and they were able to, I thought, have a pretty solid match.
Well, keep talking. Give me 1 second.
Oh, me keep talking. I'm pretty good at this. Hey, everybody in the chat. This is the Mike Knoxxx Show. I'm not Mike Knoxxx. I am the Grand Slam Grand Poobah. We're talking about Fastlane, which was in, Greenbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. Am I doing a good job at this?
Did you say gauntlet?
He has a gauntlet.
I have both of them, including Mr. Iron Man's gauntlet.
Iron Man.
Let Charlotte Flair do what Charlotte Flair has to do. And anybody who wants to yawn at Charlotte Flair clearly don't have no flavor. Okay, what are you still wearing? South Pole? Man, come on, people. Charlotte Flair is the greatest female. I'm just going to take it.
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
That's simple. That's simple, that clear, that fast. So we're going to move on into this match where I thought we would see Jade Cargill come out. But instead, we had. So here's the thing with wrestling lately, right? Here's why wrestling in the 90s, Jack. I know it's a little bit before your time. You were just a wee pup to a dog.
Dog, I was born in 88.
Okay, but, you were still a minor in the 90s, right? Pre dirt sheets, if you will, right? When everything now, Edge coming out, CM Punk coming back, even including Carlito showing up, they're like the biggest, worst kept secrets in wrestling now. Wrestling universe. There's a certain fan base inside of our own universe. We don't want to know dirt sheets. We don't want to know who sleeps with who. Okay?
I do.
Some of you do, some of you don't. But I want to be a story. Nobody wants to know what's going to happen in Avengers 5 in the movie before it comes out. Point blank and period, simple. End of discussion. Hashtag end of story. Wrestling is storyline. Don't tell me something before it happens. I knew it was coming, but because I knew it was happening, it wasn't as impactful to me. Simple as that. I cannot believe the Street Profits lost this match with Bobby Lashley, but the profits are up, but they're going to continue to go down, and I knew they were going to lose, Jack. Ask me how I knew they were going to lose.
I knew they were going to lose.
Ask me how I knew they were going to lose.
Mike Knoxxx, how did you know that they were going to lose?
Because it's National Hispanic Month. Heritage Month. They weren't going to beat those guys in that month. We're going to win in 1 month of the season.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black.
You know,
and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all,
I was very disappointed that Bobby and the Profits, because they're not called the Hurt Business, right? Someone put in the chat, Hurt Business 2.0.
2.0? You muted your microphone, Jack. There you go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's such a delay on my end. Apologies. But yeah, I was disappointed, especially when just last week or the week before, Bobby was like, give me back your suits and watches.
Well, it's a layover, Jay. I'm sorry. I think it's a layover.
Okay.
Go ahead. The suits and watches.
Yeah, they said give all that back. And, I felt like, okay, we're rebranding these guys. They had that loss. Now they should be on a tear. No, the LWO beats them, and that's fine. Carlito, I'm not going to say anything bad about Carlito. The guy looked jacked. I did mention this last night, but I thought it was funny how you have Carlito and John Cena take a picture, and they were like, Friends United. And I said, I didn't know you could be friends with someone who got you stabbed. I didn't forget about that storyline. The Jesus stabbed John Cena. Remember that storyline? Carlito, they were in the nightclub.
Yeah,
yeah, I remember it too. I just wanted to throw it out there.
Again, Carlito. Let's think about this for a second. We lost the rated R superstar so they could pay Carlito. I'm just saying, I like Carlito. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool. I spit in the face of people I hate. Okay, so I get it's Carlito. I get putting with the LWO. But is it me or did anybody else want to see him turn on them last night? I just want to see that happen. That's just me. I hate the LWO. I absolutely hate the LWO.
Wait, you hate the LWO? Why?
Because that's not their original colors. They got them in the Puerto Rican colors. So it's kind of confusing. I'm a historian when it comes to little nuances of things like that. Like LWO colors were the Mexican colors.
Yeah, I remember.
So having them be the Puerto Rican colors, I don't like that. To me, that's just another play on how you sell things with the red, white, and blue. I get it. Nothing against Puerto Rico. All that good stuff that comes from that place. Not that. It's just I just don't like out of control. And I think they wasted. I never consider names right. So help me out. Lost Del Phasma.
Del Fantasma.
Who they were is who they're not now. And now they're a waste. And they could have, and those other two guys wearing their stupid hat in his head, and I don't even want to say their names anymore, they could have been released as far as I'm concerned at this point, right? Because why are they here? Just because they have a group called the LWO with Selena Vega and Mysterio? I just don't understand it as a fan watching it. I want to be more from it. Your guy who's supposed to be the guy getting pushed doesn't win the belt. You give it to the veteran superstar Hall of Famer. I don't still get that. I thought it was going to be he was going to be a transitional champion or something. He was going to turn on Ray. It's just too convoluted right now. But we get to the match that shocked me, and I'm with Captain Shay, okay, of Women's Pod and the
Big Pop Theory podcast. I heard it.
Pop Theory podcast.
I was waiting for you. That was fantastic. I think if there was a remake for Porky Pig, because you did a great job.
I appreciate
what was the rooster's name for her Lehorn? The big rooster from
I
Looney
know
Tunes?
you're talking about. I'm not going to say it now. Okay, you said his name already. All right. But this match, I don't get the ending here. Unless we're going to have Cody and a second event Uso, which, by the way, let's just clear the argument. Yeah, let's just clear the disagreement right now. He has the best theme song. He has the best theme song. Second event Jey Uso. He has the better theme song.
It's rough because, like, I remember that was a question asked, and Jay's is pretty cool, but Jimmy's, I don't know why. I just feel like I'm getting ready to sign for Death Row, and I don't know why that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it just sounds like I'm just getting ready to sign some contract, and Suge Knight's just standing on top of me. So I kind of like Jimmy's.
It doesn't go with his personality. Even it's like I'm not sure. I feel like I'm watching playing Mortal Kombat when it first comes on. You know what I mean? It's just confusing me. It doesn't bring me into him. And I think Jimmy is the better of the J. If I had to pick rather between the two Usos, I'm taking Jimmy. I think Jimmy's funnier. I think Jimmy's better on every aspect of it.
Jimmy is funny.
Yeah. I think main event Uso is a product of the tribal chief. And that's all I say. So wrestling fans keep bouncing. I've been down since day one-ish. I can say this. Do you have the shirts? Do you have the war paint videos? Do you have the picture frames? I do. I love them from the beginning. I'm just talking what we talk in wrestling. I'm choosing Jimmy. Now, this match, it was a farce to have Cody Rhodes and second event Jey Uso win this match because they were robbed. The Judgment Day, Finn Bálor yet again is getting played by the WWE powers that be. Just let's talk about AEW. At least over there, he can have 2 whole months of being great before they bury him. Okay? At least. Okay, 2 whole months.
I appreciate that you gave him at least 2 months because, yeah. But carry on.
That's what they do over there. Okay, give you 2 months. You know that. I mean, what happened to that Bobcat, that human highlight machine, that man that was with Swerve? Oh, what happened to him? Oh, you a big boy, Mr. Lee. What happened to him? Now he's doing pre-shows. Okay, always ain't green on the other side, people. Listen to this right here. They're the new tag team champions. I don't understand it unless it's going to go back against the bloodline. And then at that point, I'm thinking, hell, second event Uso, he was sent out here like Hulk Hogan to go to Impact and self-destruct them from the inside. The only thing I can think about this sense. Your thoughts on this match and them winning the title?
It's funny because it's true. Hogan really went down there to destroy that place. And the fact that you even said Hogan's name complete without saying HH, that's impressive. I think that was a first. What did I think about this? Oh, man. This is when I knew my night wasn't going to be good, and I knew that I was going to have to take a puff after this show. Because we have a prediction. We have the polls in the chat, right, guys? And I arrogantly said, the Judgment Day is going to win. You know, like Cody don't need the title. They don't. You get what I'm saying? There was no reason for this. But Cody, with the heart of all 50 states, sat here and said, F you, I'm winning this, and proceed to dominate the Judgment Day. And you know, like, I just knew what my night was. I was prepared for it. I said, you know, this title reign that I had, it's not going to last. It's not going to last because I messed up. Shout out to Vic. He was the only one in our group to pick Cody and Jey Uso. And I don't know where this goes. Part of me think Judgment Day is going to get these titles back anyway. Because they just did it with Dom. I was very upset.
Okay.
What?
No, I see what you're saying now. Like, I get that. Like, they did just hot shot my man Trick to win those titles and then have him lose them 3 days later. So,
yeah. So, you know, yeah, Cody and Jey win. I think I proceed to laugh. Yeah, I said, what an opener.
It was definitely a good opener. Shocked the world, I think. And the press conference was funny. I'm with Captain Shay here. There will be no JD McDunder slander on this show. And Damian Priest has to go. First of all, his outfits need to go. I'm not sure if I'm watching a wrestler or a vampire stripper. I get confused when it comes to him. Okay. Also, I'm going to say it again the same way my favorite of all time said it. And I'm going to say it again. Big guys should not be doing certain moves. And
one without the other isn't any good. Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
Because when he did that, I knew his ass was going to get hurt trying to do that damn moonsault off that top rope the way that he did. I'm glad he didn't get hurt as it looked like he was going to be hurt in Damian Priest. I just think big guys that big, you're big for a reason. You're not supposed to be able to do the same thing little guys do. You're impressive by your size enough. Stay away from certain move packages. I agree with that 100%. What you say here, my thoughts is that they're coming to have Damian cash it in, and when he cashes in, Jay-Z McDonough will be coming at the end soon, so they need to take over the tag rules of all. Need to take the tag rules off them. They got to go. I don't like them. But Tuesday, I know you're going to have a crazy NXT post show. It is the biggest NXT of all time. As they're reporting it as the greatest NXT of all time. That's literally how they're advertising it. And we get a what would you call it? It's not a spoiler, or it's not a rumor. How does Paul Heyman say it? It's a spoiler. Undertaker?
No, it's not a rumor. It's a spoiler.
Rumor. It's a spoiler. Undertaker is going to be there too. I mean,
I can't.
Showing up. No, if you watch the preview, the dong comes on at the end. Why else would you do that?
No, absolutely no. I just find it so fantastic, right? Twitter has blown up, and there's all this tribalism and stuff like that. I'm literally on Twitter just to talk shit, but people are like, "Oh my god, why are they stacking this card like this?" And it's just great to me. I love that, and they're able to get the Undertaker to come out to NXT. I can't wait to see him take a long ass time to get to the ring, and we still eat it up. We're like, look, he's doing the thing. Tuesday's gonna be a fun show. I look forward to reviewing it. It's gonna be a party with the Wrestling Doll. You should tune in. I'm probably gonna say someone got dominated because I use that word a lot. But yeah, Tuesday, it's gonna be a fun show.
Well, and George, for those who did not know, because of Major League Baseball, they're moving to Tuesday for a few weeks here. And WB says, you're not gonna put Dynamite on a Tuesday, take our Tuesday ratings away from us, okay? Because when we're on the same night, let's be real here, people, AEW, we're beating NXT. Okay, so 800,000 is all they got from Edge. Oh, a little disappointed about you fan base for that. Edge is reason enough to watch AEW. That's what I'm gonna say about that. So WWE says, nah, we're gonna give you the greatest of all time, Jonathan Horatio, Tom Brady, Cena. We're gonna give you the son of Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. We're gonna give you arguably the greatest manager of all time in Paul Heyman. We're gonna give you the Undertaker on a Tuesday. So Wednesday morning, around 11 o'clock, I get my phone message because that's when they text you if you want to go to NXT. I was moving like a bat out of Hades. Got me and my baby girl in. So hopefully I'll be there Tuesday if I can find a ride. If I got a ride, come holler at your boy. We go to NXT together. But NXT, man, major announcement from Cody. What do you think it's going to be now that they have the tag team titles? Do you see them losing the titles on Monday and he doesn't even have those titles on Tuesday, Jack?
I don't even know what they're going to do on Monday, but I think because I've seen it a lot online because I was like, what could it be, right? But maybe he's the one who mentions the Dusty Rhodes Classic. And that makes sense because that was his father's thing. That's the only thing I got out of it because anything else, I don't know what he's down there for.
See, y'all should stop this. And Vaughn started. We was loving Edge in WWE, or at least happy he's being back. We wasn't calling him a dinosaur then. We cannot call him a dinosaur now. I encourage every wrestling fan, and again, you're entitled to do what you want to do, Jeffrey, and everybody else in there. Once I read Edge's soliloquy on Instagram, I shoulder shrugged. I think he put it elegantly. He can do what he wants to do. It's supposed to be fun. It's wrestling. I wanted to do more. They didn't have more for me. So I came over here to the one person who will let me do whatever I want and give me all the money I want because we all know that Tony Khan.
I want you to fire me, you fucking Mark!
So we know that's what Tony Khan is. He gave him the money. But, man, Tuesday will be stacked. I cannot wait for that. Fastlane, overall, your thoughts on this PLE before we get up out of here, Jack? Overall grade, if you will. Yep, you're muted. You're back. Oh yeah, but we're really behind.
Yeah, like this video thing was playing like 3 or 4 times, and I'm just sitting here like.
No.
So But what were you saying? My rating for this?
Your rating for this pay-per-view, yes.
Do you guys still do the title belt thingy thing?
I still do the title belts. Yes, I do.
Okay. Wow. Let me see if I can come up with something with a title. Can I do a match instead?
Sure.
All right. So this match was this pay-per-view was satisfying. Like this was satisfying. Like when I saw Bret Hart pin Bill Goldberg on that one episode of WCW Nitro. So I was having it's a thing, Michael. 1999, October of 1999. I was there. I saw it and I celebrated with my little Bret Hart glasses. So yes, I'm going to give this Bret Hart beating Goldberg, WCW Nitro, 1999.
So now I know why you that moment, because you were there.
I was there.
That makes sense. But I was looking at our tag team partner give yesterday a 4 out of 10. And then I realized why she gave it that, because Finn Balor lost the belt. So therefore,
bias.
With all due respect, that bias opinion gets thrown out the window, Captain. Okay. But we're wrestling fans. We're all biased. So who am I to judge?
I'm not biased at all. I'm pretty fair.
Judge. It's the Mike Knoxxx show. But for me, I give last night preview. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It was pretty dull to me. A lot of people said from top to bottom, this or that. I felt like I was watching an extended episode of a super show. To be honest with you, outside of Jade Cargill showing up, the matches were decent. Matches were solid. I would probably honestly give it about a 7 out of 10, and that's being fair. So I want to be to my feelings the next morning. I always like doing my reviews after so it can sink in, it can marinate. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10 current Intercontinental title reigns. Right? It's good. It has this potential like Gunther to be great. It just fell flat to me. I just didn't like the outcomes of the matches. I did think that once you showed me Jade, she would do something. Why show her if not do nothing? And I get it's just a random Fastlane's pay-per-view. But I quite don't get that. And also, I want you guys to comment, because that's been going around for a while now. When it came to Rhea Ripley, they were comparing her to China. I tried to educate wrestling fans again on how, no, she's not China at all. And now I'm hearing that Jade Cargill is now getting that same moniker. People, let me just say something to you guys, okay? Because this is the show for the intelligent wrestling fans. So just listen to Uncle Mike Knoxxx for a second, all right?
Uncle Mike.
There will never be another China. What China did, you don't see happen. She was beating guys on a regular. Jade Cargill is not coming in to wrestle against guys. So they can make her the star they're making her with the paparazzi and doing things like that. But China is called the 9th wonder of the world. You don't just get that to anybody. And they knew if they'd have had a China today, she couldn't be what she was, because cancel culture.
Things so different now.
Yeah, different times. She's not going to wrestle guys. China was beating guys. He was ragtagging girls. Jade Cargill's not even the biggest woman in the division. You still have Nia Jax. You still have Piper Niven. And Bianca Belair ain't no slouch. Okay, she may be the most muscular you've probably seen in a while since someone like the likes of Jazz. Okay, but let Jade Cargill be what she's going to be in her own right. Let's not compare her to China. Let's not compare no one to China. There's a reason why amongst most, well, not most, but a lot of other wrestling fans, when it comes to my top 10 women's list or of all time, I don't even put China on the list, because it's like in the words of Chris Rock when he said about Jay-Z. I don't agree with it, but I thought this point was valid. He said there's Jay-Z, then there's whoever comes after him, because he's just the greatest, right? There's China. She doesn't even compare to other women to me. That's why I put Charlotte before, as number one to me, because China is the biggest women's wrestler of all time. Not the greatest women's wrestler, but the biggest women's wrestler of all time. So no, let Jade be Jade. Let her be who she's going to be. There's no one compared to China. And that is my final thoughts for today. So Jack, again, thank you for getting up on this Sunday morning and joining me for this Fastlane review. I know you did your review last night on the Big Pop Theory podcast. I always say it wrong, don't I?
No, you got it right that time.
I said it right that time? Okay. And when does that air? Because sometimes I just don't be knowing.
So we're trying to get some more content on the YouTube channel. So it's really pay-per-views. Shay and Kat, they do a review on NXT, and we have an audio podcast, so it's really more of an audio. We're going to do a recording tonight. We should have that bad boy up by tomorrow around 12.
Good. So we're looking forward to hearing that. And also, there'll be no Mike Knoxxx show this week, as you guys already know. Once we do a review like today, so I get to enjoy my Monday. I'm going to enjoy that. Going to get ready to go watch some football today. So thank you guys for tuning in and sticking around as always. Listen, I love you. And as I would always say, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me and don't love God. That is crazy, y'all. We are out of here. Fingers.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? You ready?